We may not realize it, but there is a player that essentially controls the draft for the Chicago Bears and where they will end up going and what they'll end up doing with the pick. So let's talk about it, people. What is going on? Y'all, Faiz Sports, all back at it with another video talking, of course, NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, guys, please do hit that subscribe button down below. Would really appreciate it if you did so, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so the aforementioned player that essentially controls the draft for the Bears is none other than Shedeur Sanders. Yes, that's right. Shedeur Sanders is the guy that really controls the Bears and the draft in general, and as far as like the first couple of picks. And the reason I say that is because if he goes in the top 4 versus him dropping out of, let's say, the top 10, or more, that changes everything. So I'm going to give you guys 2 scenarios here. One in which Shedeur does go top 4 and one in which he doesn't. And you'll basically see what I'm talking about here. So the first scenario is Shedeur going in the top 4. So if he does go in the top 4, I'm guessing this is kind of how the draft would look like, which is the Titans taking Cam Ward, which is basically the only lock in this draft at this point. I mean, it's such an unpredictable draft after that. But let's say the Titans take Cam Ward, number 1. Number 2, the Browns do take Shedeur Sanders as their quarterback. And number 3, we got the Giants taking Travis Hunter. Could be Abdul Carter here as well. But let's say Abdul Carter goes 4 to the Patriots. Again, you could switch those guys if you want. 5, we got the Jaguars taking Mason Graham. 6, Raiders taking Ashton Jeanty. 7, the Jets taking Armand Membo. 8, the Panthers take Tyler Warren. 9, the Saints take Jelon Walker. And then at 10, the Bears could essentially end up getting a guy like a Will Campbell. All right, so let me just explain this here on what the scenario basically is. Shedeur Sanders getting drafted in the top 4 essentially will push down the possibility of a blue chip player landing with the Chicago Bears, in this case, a Will Campbell. All right, versus the second scenario, which I'll go through in just a second here, which is Shedeur Sanders goes ahead and drops out of that top 4 into the back end of the first 10 picks or later. Then the possibility opens up for the Bears to trade down because there will be less talent, less blue chip players available, and more teams interested in jumping up to go ahead and grab a quarterback. Because as currently constructed, or as currently constituted in the draft, there is essentially 3 teams in the first 10 picks that need a quarterback, right? We got 4 teams, I should say, with the Titans. So you got the Titans, who will take Cam Ward. We got the Browns, who may or may not take Shedeur. We got the Giants at 3, another landing spot possibly for Shedeur Sanders. And then we got the Saints at number 9. All the other teams in between, with the Jacksonville Jaguars, they are not going to take him. Obviously, they have Trevor Lawrence signed to a fat contract. The Patriots just drafted Drake May. The Raiders just paid Geno Smith. The Jets just paid Justin Fields. The Panthers have a rejuvenated, revived Bryce Young. And so all those teams obviously not going to take quarterback. And then, of course, the Bears with Caleb Williams. So the second scenario here, which I'll go through, is Cam Ward goes 1. Number 2, let's say it's Abdul Carter going to the Browns. 3, let's say it's Travis Hunter going to the Giants. 4, Will Campbell goes to the Patriots. They want more protection for Drake May. 5, Mason Graham. 6, Ashton Jeanty. 7, Armand Membo. 8, Tyler Warren. And then 9, let's say it's Jelon Walker. And then 10, it's like, okay, the Bears are at 10. They don't really like who is available there. But more importantly, we got teams like the Steelers, like the Seahawks wanting to move up at 10 because, hey, nobody has taken Shedeur Sanders. Now, there's a possibility the Saints might take him at 9, but they haven't taken a first-round draft pick, first-round quarterback in years, I feel like. So other teams could come up and offer the Bears multiple picks to take the number 10 spot, to take a Shedeur Sanders. So to me, I believe that is what the Bears will do, essentially. So to me, this is essentially the reason I mentioned where Shedeur controls the draft for the Bears. If he goes in the top 10, if he goes in the top 4, the Bears most likely keep the pick, end up landing a blue chip player that they like, If he does not go in the top 4, the Bears end up trading down, most likely because they will not like what they have on the board at that point, and they'll get good trade offers. So to me, that is definitely an interesting angle. I feel like not a lot of people may have known or looked at. So to me, that's where we're at with this, people. I can't wait to see, man. Shedeur Sanders, the most polarizing player in this draft. We'll see whether or not he's going to be good or not. But hey, as far as being a Bears fan, you just want to go ahead and see what this leads for us. So let me know what you guys think about that. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts as always. Thanks for watching.